So we will begin. Um, Everybody should be able to see the screen of our Apex sample. This is a schedule. Now, this is different scheduling than scheduling software people use for film and TV for larger projects. This was designed for commercials along the lines of shots as compared to film and TV scheduling, which is based on a breakdown of a script. And it turns out, as we have more and more people using it, reality TV is actually starting to use it because obviously they're not scripted. And we even have some low budget film and TV users starting to use it. It's an easy program to work with, and as it becomes more robust, it's becoming more and more popular. So, what we have here is a schedule, and you're looking at a schedule similar to other programs. You have strips, and there are different types of strips. You have a title, so you can see title information down here at the bottom. Up here is a strip window, and down here is the individual strip that you were highlighting so you can work with it. So I can double click on that strip, and what you have here, this is a titles strip, which has basic information on the schedule itself. As you can see, we're able to attach a logo here, and just general information. There's really no true standard on this, so this is really just title information, and you'll see down here you have capabilities to modify and formatting. Anything from bold, underscore, italicize, underscore. You have a color wheel if you want to highlight a line with specific coloring, and just other formatting options. And you could also add lines here as well by hitting the plus key and add as many rows. As you can see, I have many rows here, or as many columns. Okay, and then you can just pull down, and let's say I wanted to add 2 rows. I can go ahead and do that, and you see it adds more lines for me. All right, so titles information is pretty easy and pretty simple. And usually the first shot list, as they're broken down, will have the titles info. You don't really need to put title info on each individual day, though you can. You will notice there's a window on the left, which is the shot list window. You have a shot library, and you have an individual shot list. In this example, we have day 1, day 2, day 3, but you can open this up and type, maybe you want to put in location names instead of days. I've seen people do that as well. So, and then you'll see different options on there, but I'll go ahead and create one shortly so you can see that, but this is an existing one. All right. Then we have a banner, and you can see down at the bottom over here, I can create a new shot or a new banner just by hitting the plus keys, and the last one happens to be new title. Okay, so this happens to be a banner strip, and here I can type in just general information. This one's a simple breakfast. Now also on the graphic, on the Mac, I can hit Control and bring up a window, and you see all these different images that come with the program. If you were an old user, this is something new that came in on version 2.8, where we include different graphics now. So I can change that. It happens to be a flight now. And you have all these different options there for images. I can add those images to my favorites, which I'll show you. And then you have rotate, invert colors, and make black and white. Okay. And then you can also change the duration. Okay. 30 minutes. And this is or it could be an hour, whatever you want. Okay. And then I can also change the color that I'm going to show on this banner. So now I change that to red from a black. And so you have a lot of formatting options as you're working in the program. Okay. Then if I go to the third type of banner, this is the shot, I should say strip. And this is a shot strip. Okay. This is where you have a lot of information, and I can double click that. And here I have information and pictures. And you can drag and drop pictures, and that's one of the beautiful things about this program. So I'm going to open up a folder that I happen to have a lot of different pictures on, and I can just drag and drop these into each shot. You might have that was an auto. Just these are just pictures I have that I can just drag in. But you can, as you can see, so these are just different pictures. But as you can see, this one is doing a commercial with washing machines, so you have those there. If you're doing this a lot, you might have your own folder of pictures, and you can drag a whole folder of pictures in there, so it can be used throughout your schedule. All right, and here I have captions. This one, it could be washing machine, or whatever I want. Shade color, so I could change that. Duration, okay. You can also zoom in and out. All right, if you want to zoom in closer, you can do that. And over here, the star is my favorites. I have some of my favorite pictures in here, and I might want to, this is my actress, and put her right in there. All right, and here's a dish and whatever. So you can set those in there so you can use them. Now, down here, we have all our different elements. All right, scene, description, location, sets, talent, dialogue, wardrobe, props, and you can have multiple items. I just have one here, but you've probably in this scene, as I'm editing these different pictures, probably to add additional props, additional equipment, and again, the system will keep track of all your elements. Okay, and let's see if I can bring that over. That's hiding. Here we go. And you'll see all the different elements here in the dialog box. Okay, so we'll keep track. If I have multiple, that will keep them in there. And in the different shots, I have different elements. Now, these elements are fully customizable. So if I want to adjust the fields here, I can go in and just add another one. So I'm just going to click demo, and I can add or change any of these to any different titles. So if these aren't appropriate for what you're doing, you're welcome to go ahead and change them, and obviously that will replace them and come out in all the reports. And then you have different options, turn on and off different fields. So you might have a library of fields that you might use in various different projects, because you do different types and you might not want them all, so you just uncheck them. Okay. All right. And as you can see, then I added another banner here for lunch. Now I also have the ability to drag and drop. So maybe not, but maybe my flight's going to be a little later, so I'm going to get to drag it down. It automatically changes the time and then inserts them based on the duration, and so we'll take care of the time. All right, so once you set down here the beginning and end, everything will begin from there and end at that time, and based on the durations, it will set all the time. So drag and drop makes it real easy to adjust things. Now on the left side, I can go to the shot list window and click plus, and maybe I want to add a day 4. Okay, and I can go ahead and click, and that will put, obviously there's nothing in there. So what I can start doing is, well, and this is day 4. I would want to change that. Everything else, this would be 4 of 4, and I would adjust all the others. Okay. And I could go back and adjust these all so I have 4 as well. Okay. So you see down here, that's adjusted and that's adjustable. And I can adjust and put in any pictures that I want. So for example, day 4, and I can go and add let's say I want to add a shot. Yeah, maybe I'll add a banner because I want to add, well, that was actually titles. So I didn't want that. I'm going to highlight that and hit the delete key. So that gets rid of that. And I'm going to go and add a banner. And here I can, let's call it breakfast. And I'm going to go ahead and hit control and images. And I can go meal 1 and put that in there and put any notes. Let's say we'll bring meals on set, whatever. Okay. And again, zoom in and out if I want to. And gives me the ability to adjust that. Change the color, click OK. And now if I want to start from scratch, I can go ahead and go to File and New. And here I have a new set of shot lists. Everything's brand new in this one. I have nothing in here. So I have shot list 1. I'm going to change that to day 1. All right, now let's get the 1 in. I went too fast, so let's put day 1 in there. Click OK. And I'm going to add a couple more. I know, let's say it's a quick 3-day commercial. Day 2. And hit plus, hit day 3. Okay. And now I have those all there. And what I'm going to do, go back to day 1 and add a titles. And actually the title was already there, so I could just go here, open that up, and title info, first day, on set, whatever, and type in whatever I want to put in. Maybe I want to put in the director, maybe I want to put in the location, all that information, so I can have that in my schedule. So now I'm going to go ahead and hit OK on this. And as you can see, I put as much info or as little info as I want on there. So here I'm going to put the banner and let's say there, image, and go ahead and I'm going to do meal 2. So that is a burger. Let's say we'll have burgers for lunch or breakfast, whatever we want. All right. And then we can put the color just so it stands out. And I gave 30 minutes. Let's say I'm going to be generous, give 45 minutes. All right. And now I have the 7 a.m., 7:45. All right. I'm going to make my call time 6 a.m. Now, also, what you have the ability to do is in the format on times, you have the 24-hour fix, the Europeans, or you can use just a 12 brief or 12 fix format. So you have different options on there. And actually, recently we changed a lot of the time entries based on user feedback. New in this is just display duration after time if you want to. So it allows you just to adjust the formatting. Stack time data, that's different formatting options. And you have all different layout options. Okay, positioning of fields, pictures, so you can scale on your primary and secondary pictures and on your banner pictures. And everything will work off the shelf, but as you become more of a power user, you might start adjusting these more. And that's what's been happening with a lot of producers who are using this more and more. They're giving us more and more suggestions. So feel free, if you are a user of the program, we're always looking for ideas. And this is a program similar to our budgeting program, which has been around now for 15, 20 years, which has evolved tremendously. This is a newer product. This is only about 2.5 years old, and we only have about 400 users. As this is growing and getting a lot of users, getting more and more great ideas. And that's how we have seen the budget program evolve and explode for us, and this is starting to happen as well. We happen to have this being used around the world in many different countries, so we're getting a lot of good feedback on that. And then printing, you have different options on here. All right, so now what I can do is add a shot, and I'm going to go back and let's see, I have pictures here. I'm going to make it easier. Oh, actually, this is a different file. So I can go ahead and bring up a file that has a lot of different pictures. And I'm just going to grab pictures just to show you. These aren't the best pictures, but you can just drag and drop. All right, so was that a field, auto, and so forth. So I can put as many pictures across to fill this up as I want. And then I can go ahead and type in scene information, location, in field, outdoor shoot, John Smith Park, whatever. And you'll notice that it shows up here and is storing that information so I can reuse it later and have multiple elements in each individual element field. Okay. I have a question that came up. Let me just see what we're getting asked. Came into webinar. Is this being recorded? Will it be available? Actually, it is being recorded, and we will be posting this on the website. So anything that you've missed or you want to redo, we will be putting this on. And as we do more of these, we might replace it if they get longer and more in depth. But for now, yes, we will be recording this. Okay. All right. So, and as I said, feel free to ask any other questions. And I'll continue. I can add sets and so forth, and whatever other elements that I want, jacket, props, and so forth. So you have that. And as I said, you can go ahead and add different elements up in the fields icon, and then you could add more of them if you want to utilize them. Okay. All right. And so you'd add as many of these as you want, and it really just makes it very easy then to go and drag and drop between. So that's one day. And if I want to go to this day, as I said, I might not use the titles here, and I might get rid of it, and I might go ahead and add a banner. Maybe it was, I'm just going to put, maybe it's a travel day. So I'm going to put in flights, and here, image, and flight. All right, and go to next location, whatever. And again, duration. All right, so maybe that's 2 hours. And 2 hours. And then whatever color they want it to be. And just click OK. And click OK. So as you can see, I have that blue there. And I'm going to leave that as just a travel day. And then go to day 3. I'm going to get rid of the title. I don't need it because I'm happy with it on the first one. And I'm going to put a banner in there. And here we'll just make it a meal. And just so you can see other, maybe I'm going to do makeup first before the meal. All right, so you can schedule that in and then click OK. And then let's add another. Let's go into a shot, and then I can go ahead and add. Do I have anything here? No, I didn't put anything in this one. So I'm just going to go down. I'm just going to grab some arbitrary pictures just so you can see. And so now I just have an outdoor picture of some workers, and I can add as many of those as I want. This is a logger, and I'm going to zoom in a little. All right, again, outdoor, logging camp, and working hard, whatever, and so forth. So I can add as many of these as I want. Let's just go back to the existing sample, which has more info in it. And now I can see, obviously, I have all the different days, all the different shots, and I can manipulate that. And so now I have a decent amount of information in there, and I can go, and you see I have this one has a little less, this one has some info, and you'll see this one, these have more specific diagrams. And just to open it up so you can see a lot of information has been put in these. And let's go ahead and see what it can print, okay? You can go ahead and go to print. And right now you have two types of shots. You have a shot list, and you can combine different shot lists or do just one. I'm going to do all of them. You do one shot per page, so a little flexibility there. And I'm going to do it. You obviously can print it out. I'm going to do it to a PDF just to preview it. And actually, let's go back to the other one. I don't know why. Let's go to File, Print, and we will go ahead and print this. And let's see if I got it to print now. Here we go. Right. Okay. So I have everything checked off here. So this is my shot list, and it comes out real clean. That's what people love about this, because you obviously can do stuff like this in Excel, but it's a lot slicker out of here. Has all the information. You can manipulate this to work in the format that you need. So this is one example of reporting that you can do in this format. And let's close this. And I'm going to go to the other format and File, Print. And then you have a storyboard. And this is a storyboard format. I just have the scene info, but you can, I'm going to check off a few different fields to show. And I'm going to go ahead and print. And again, you have different amount of formatting options that you can print here. And I can open this up. And this is more of a storyboard layout. These are the two formats that people have been asking for, so that's why we have these. I won't be surprised if over time that we add more formats and more reporting capabilities, but this is what most of our people love, and as all of them say, it makes their life a lot easier, and the presentations that they're making are a lot slicker. So these are the two reporting formats that you have now, and you can use the different options to adjust them. If anybody has other ideas or suggestions about reports they would like, if you're a user or a potential user, just let us know. As I said, we're continually modifying this based on user feedback, and I'm sure as it grows, there'll be more and more suggestions. Okay. And just to go through some of the other options here, we looked at the fields. This was the different formatting options. So we had printing, fonts, and you have all the different selections there. Pictures, layout, and time. Okay. And you can adjust all that. And a lot of it, actually, most of it will just either on the screen or on the printout. Okay, and you see I've been going through the icon, all the different options here. You can go through the menus as well. All right, and there are actually some import-export options. If you wanted to import in these different formats from a spreadsheet, you could, or Adobe Story, we can pick up information from. And there's also export in a tab delimited option. And like recently, I had a client who wanted to export everything to Excel, all of their elements. So a bunch of questions have come up. So let's take some questions here and see what we can answer. Can you also show times in that current format? You can show, you can show times. Let me just show you all the different options. This is the times formatting. Whether if you're European, you can go to the 24-hour format. You might not have been here. I was talking earlier. We recently added flexibility to stack time data to adjust the alignment, swap the time and the duration. So what I would do is fool around with it to see if it has all the options that you want. But yes, you can adjust a lot of different formats. If you have something different, let us know. We could see what we can do. All right. In storyboard format, well, in storyboard format, if I go to, let's go to File, Print, and you have all the different options here, and print time data. I did not tell it to print, but this will probably answer your question. So now you can open in preview, and now you have your times. So I think that answers that question. All right, hopefully. And all right, so that, I think that answers all the questions that came up right now. Any other questions? Okay. We do have a demo on our website. So you can download, I think it's a 10-day, I'm sorry, yeah, a 10-day trial. So you can play with the program and give any feedback that you want or ask us any questions. If you would like to contact me, if you have any questions, again, my name is Steve Bisanov, and my direct phone number is 917-305-8309, or you can email me at steve@media-services.com. Another question came up. Can you import from Final Draft Tagger? No, and it probably, we probably won't, just because that's one of the things I mentioned when we first started. That's a script-oriented program. Reality is we probably could down the road. This is a shot-oriented program. So we're looking at integrating with programs along those lines, but it's not impossible to do. So it's something we can look at. But honestly, this program is not built to do $50 million feature films or TV, because you really need to break down a script. This was oriented towards commercials, and as I said, reality TV is becoming big in it, and we are having a lot of low budget film and TV people using it who aren't as worried. They just want the simplicity and the ease of use of this program. So I would recommend play around with it and see if you're still interested in that, and we can talk about that. All right. Any other questions from anybody? All right. So that's our simple introduction to ShotLogic. Feel free to contact with any other questions. And as I said, we'll be doing more advanced seminars. This was our first one, and we're just giving you an intro. And if anybody has any other questions, feel free to email me at steve@media media-services.com or phone 917-305-8309. Or if you need further information on anything else that Media Services offers, any of such as budgeting or payroll, feel free to contact me. I thank everybody for coming, and we'll hopefully see you at another one of our events.